Hi everyone, it's Pampered Chef Julie. Hey, I am just popping my phone up here to see if I can get this to work. I'm making a quick cooker jambalaya tonight. So I'm going to make it in my quick cooker, and I have that on to sear. Let's see if I put it on to sear. And I have that started just to get that to sear. So I just wanted to quickly show you what I'm doing tonight for this recipe. So it's one that I haven't made yet, but I want to make it for my family, and then we'll see how it goes, and then I can make it at shows. So one of the things that I need to do is cut up some chicken breast into bite-sized pieces. And so that's what I'm doing here. I just have a small knife. This is one of our forged knives. It's our serrated knife. Our forged knives are all lifetime warranty knives, and so I just like to use these. These are great. If you have any of our color-coded knives, you can do that too. But I love how easy it is just to cut the chicken up, and it just wants me to cut the chicken up into bite-sized pieces, so that when it's cooking, it's going to cook through really quickly. So I just have a bowl over here, and I'm just cutting the chicken up into bite-sized pieces. I do have about a tablespoon of oil in the quick cooker, and that's heating up right now for searing. And the first thing I'm going to put in there to sear is the sausage. So that's what the recipe says, so that's what we're going to do. So that's the first thing we do is sear the sausage. But I'm going to let that heat up for another minute or so. So the recipe calls for the chicken and then some kind of sausage. Our family really wants to use, they like the andouille sausage, so that's what we use in our jambalaya when we make it. So the andouille sausage and then some chicken. And Pampered Chef doesn't have like a Cajun spice, so I'm just using just one I found over the counter at the grocery store. So otherwise our rubs and spices are great. So I think that's probably a pound right there, just those 2 chicken breasts cut up. So, hi Grace! That is the chicken cutting. Okay, so then I'm going to grab my sausage and I'm going to get that in my quick cooker. I will show you the quick cooker eventually, but I need some of the cooking area for what I'm doing here. So, hold on just a second. All right, we're just going to stir up this chicken or this sausage and get that started to cooking. In the meanwhile, I'm going to take my onion and I'm going to just get this going in the, let's take this, I don't want this knife, and this over here. I'm going to get our onion going in the manual food processor. So the manual food processor is my go-to thing for cutting up onions and dicing, because I cry every time I cut into an onion. So it doesn't matter if I'm at a show or not at a show. Doesn't matter if it's sweet, yellow, white, whatever, I cry. And the manual food processor gets all of that taken care of right away. So we just have to put it in here. I just cut it into quarters and then we stop. I do love how fast the manual food processor will chop up. Many of you probably have hi Mackenzie, many of you probably have the food chopper, which works great too. I just like having the manual food processor like this. So, just a second. So I'm going to put that onion in a bowl, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I probably should have just saved a step and done these both at the same time. The pepper. Hold on just a second, I need to get the sausage to stir. See, I'm starting to cry. Starting to tear up. Hi, Lynn! Alright, so I don't know how many of you cook or open up your peppers. So this is my favorite way. Open up the peppers, just cut the top off. I use my fingers or our scoop loop and I just pull that pot out. So it's real clean in the center there. You're gonna have to, excuse me, my eyes are watering like crazy. And I'm gonna drop these in the manual food processor also and get these chopped up. I'm gonna have to grab a towel. Hold on just a second. Whew. Sorry. Tears. Oh, I'm gonna have to go wash my hands. I know that starts the tea and stuff. Okay. So we're gonna use our manual food processor, and we're just gonna chop up our peppers. And don't forget the top. You can totally take this top, so you're not wasting any. Even though I chopped, you know, that whole top off, I can totally put this in here too. And so I'm not wasting any else. Okay, sorry. Gotta wipe my eyes again. I don't like onions. Okay, I want these to be really diced fine. So the sausage is looking really good. So I'm searing up the sausage, and then I'm going to take the sausage out, and then I'm going to sear up the veggies and all of that caramelization that's in there. So that is going to be wonderful. So I'm going to put this in here. Now, this jambalaya is going to use just the rice setting once it gets all put in there, so that'll be great. It does call for 3 cloves of garlic, so I am going to squeeze some garlic right into these veggies, as long as I'm at that point. And then 3 cloves. If you don't have a garlic press and you're buying pre-pressed garlic already, this is something that you need in your kitchen. Very easy to work with, and fresh garlic is awesome. Okay, so there's our 3 cloves of garlic. I am going to read my instructions. Alright, I'm still, woo! Alright, I diced up some celery with the food chopper earlier. So I'm going to put that in with the rest of these veggies. I like the celery to be chopped up, so that's why I use our food chopper, and that's this right here, so our food chopper. And I got to get this, see if this is hot yet. It's not. Alright. I got to get the sausage out of this. So I'm just using my fingers and picking this up and dumping the sausage out. So hold on just a second. So the top of the steel pot isn't hot yet. The bottom's hot. So I'll show you this in just a second. I'm dumping that out. And then we're going to, next thing we do is dump in the veggies. So this is the steel pot right here. So it's got some nice caramelization on the bottom. And I gotta put the veggies in, but I'm gonna read to make sure. Onion, pepper, garlic. Add the Cajun seasoning. So about a tablespoon. Is it a tablespoon? Sorry, 1 tablespoon. About a tablespoon. And I'm just gonna stir that up and then put that in the quick cooker. Okay, so we're just searing up the veggies to give them a start. And also, you know, searing is going to, you know, really, it's going to take all that caramelization in the bottom of that pan that you saw that the sausage made, and it's just going to soak up all that flavoring in those veggies. So we're just going to let that sear. And that one needs to cook about 3 to 4 minutes. And then when that gets done, we're going to add the remaining ingredients. So the remaining ingredients is we have 2 cups of broth. We have fire roasted tomatoes. So I'm going to take a peek at what these look like. So these are diced. This is our can opener, our smooth edge can opener. It just takes the top off without any issues. And these are, they're diced pretty good. I sometimes like to, you know, dice tomatoes a little bit smaller, but I don't really want to puree them. So let me look and see if it wants it drained. 1 can fire roasted diced tomatoes. Sausage, chicken, remaining ingredients. Okay. Now, a lot of times in some of the other recipes I make with the quick cooker, I pre-cook the chicken. But this does not tell me that it wants me to pre-cook the chicken. So, slice the chicken sausage and dice the chicken breast into bite-sized pieces. I'm just reading again. Yep. Okay, so I think actually the veggies are good. So I'm just going to start layering in all of the other ingredients. Okay, so we've got the vegetables in there, they're cooking with that. And the rest of the ingredients would be the chicken. And you know what? Just because it's chicken, I am going to use a little bit of grind of salt. It doesn't call for it, but I just like a little salt and pepper on my chicken. So who knows what that will do. What do you think? Oh, great. That was good. Pleasant. Okay. Hi, Kara. Okay, so I'm going to put my chicken in the pot. Actually, I'm going to hit the cancel button because that doesn't need to sear anymore. And then I have our sausage, and I'm going to put that in. So that's layered in. All right, we have our veggies in there. The next thing we need to add is our can of tomatoes. So I'm going to dump that in. And it calls for 1.5 cups of rice. Let's see if I measured this correctly. This is our, sorry, gotta look here. That's about 2. I'm going to dump some of that out. 1.5 cups of rice, and then 2 cups of broth. Okay. Hi, Kelly. And we're going to pour that in. 2 cups of broth. All right. And I'm just going to give that all just a quick stir, just to get that all, make sure all the rice and everything is all down in the liquid. One thing to know about pressure cooking is when you're using a pressure cooker and you put liquid in, is it doesn't evaporate. Okay, so you're pressure cooking. If you're putting liquid in, it's the rice is going to soak up the juices that are in there, but you don't need to add extra juice thinking, you know, it's going to go dry or whatever, because it doesn't evaporate. So I'm just going to make sure I have everything in there. Oh, the last thing I don't really have in there is hot sauce. I think I'm going to let my family add that. I think I have everything else in there. Okay, so let me put this on. I'm going to move some of this stuff away because I want to move the pressure cooker over so that you can kind of see it. So sorry I have such a small cooking area here. Okay. So the nice thing about our pressure cooker is it does have handles on the side. So I can lift it up and move it. So this is it. I don't know if you can see this, but this is the button for pressurizing. So what I'm going to do is set it to rice. So I'm going to go set it to rice. So there's a, where is the rice? Right, brown rice, white rice, right there. So when I set it to rice and push start, It's going to take it about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to come up to pressure, and then it's only 4 minutes to cook. So it's going to cook all of that. Once it comes up to pressure, 4 minutes, and then it will count down those 4 minutes. And then I do believe I need to let it rest. So naturally, sometimes you'll just automatically, when the counting is done, you turn it off and release the pressure. But this one, because we're using rice, once it counts down to 4, then we're going to let it count up to 10, and then it's done. So about 15 minutes of cooking time there, 25 altogether. So that is what the quick cooker is done. So when it is fully pressurized, it will this button will pop up, and so then the pressure will start to build and get that button up, and then the number starts to count down, and then we let it rest for 10 minutes, and then when the 10 minutes is done, I'm going to hit the cancel button, and I would push this button to release. One thing to know about a quick cooker is that it is really a safe feature. When you release the steam, it comes here and it shoots away from you. It doesn't shoot towards your face, so you don't get any of that hot steam, bubbling right up, by you. And we have a really nice cool body to ours, so it'll stay nice and cool to touch. So this item here is something you can get this month for 60% off if you host a show, and that's something you can do. I've got room for catalog shows yet, or Facebook shows. So that's our quick cooker, and that's our jambalaya. So not too hard. If you're interested in the recipe, just make a comment, and I can email you the recipe. I'm excited to try it. I know that my family really loves to eat jambalaya, and so here's a recipe that's not too hard and that I can make quickly and just have it be, cooking in here without any other mess. So just wanted to come and show you that quickly, and I hope you're all having a great night, and stay safe out there, okay? Bye!